Hello everybody and welcome back to Goldbridge Cooks. Unbelievable, absolutely incredible, Mark. We're back in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen last week for stand-up, but look, we're back in the kitchen, and what's pulled me back into the kitchen? Just when I was out, they pulled me back in. But no, it's not chicken pakora. It's chicken Parmo that's pulled me back in. I'm just gonna start the oven, actually. Very important, get your oven on to 200 degrees whilst we're chatting. Chicken Parmo, so obviously chicken in it. This dish resonates from Teesside, which is Middlesbrough sort of area, I think. I've never been. Sounds lovely, don't want to go. I'll say enough. But no, seriously, Southgate used to manage there, that puts me off. But chicken Parmo is basically chicken breaded with bechamel sauce, which is the white sauce you get in a lasagna, and then cheese on top. And I saw it a couple of weeks ago online, and it just looked delicious, and I thought, I'm going to make that. I'm going to do it on Cooking with Goldbridge. So I'm very excited about this chicken Parmo, because people think chicken parma or something like that. It's not, it's breaded chicken, bechamel sauce, cheese on top. I think it's gonna be really nice to try. I'm gonna do it with some potato wedges and a salad, which is nice. You can do it how you bloody well like, I'm not bothered. But where did it come from? Some people say it came from America over to the northeast of England. I actually heard a story that there was a woman in Middlesbrough who basically had a fussy husband, and she was cooking a lasagna, and he says, I'm not eating that. So she cooked some chicken Kievs from the local co-op, and as she was serving up, she was making the white sauce. She tripped over the dog called Douglas and tipped the white bechamel on the top. And then somebody thought it was the lasagna, so they put some cheese on the top. The husband came in and ate it and said, this is bloody lovely, what is it? And she went, chicken Parmo. And that's how it started. I don't know whether that's how it started at all. But look, we're gonna do some wedges first. Chicken, get your chicken breasts. That's gonna be for the bechamel sauce, the plain flour, the red Leicester cheese, the butter and the milk. Potatoes, it's quite straightforward to cook. I think it's going to be, hopefully it's not going to be straightforward to eat. Well, I mean, hopefully it is straightforward to eat. I mean, I want to eat it, but ultimately it's good to be back in the kitchen. And I would like to talk to you about some of the stuff I've done this week, but actually, I can't really, because it'd put you off your food. Let's just say Seb's not been very well and leave it at that. But I did have an interesting evening out earlier on in the week, and the drink was flowing, we wasn't on water, and ultimately people are going to go mad about my cutting style. I don't care about name pronunciations, and I don't care about my cutting style. And we were having a night out and we're talking about it, and somebody said, I watched your stand-up. Not for me, but it was okay. I said, we're leaving, drink up, we're leaving. But no, we're talking about that, and they were saying, oh, I didn't realise you were a fan of Star Wars. And I said, I'm a big fan of film in general. Yeah, and anyway, we were talking about if you could, anyway, people, you know when people get involved in a conversation and they really shouldn't get involved in it. So somebody said, I'm not going to say what their gender was because it doesn't matter. We're all equal now. Somebody said that if you could, trying to be clever, trying to be cutting edge, they were like, if you could change the ending of any film, what would it be? And I thought, this is a good question, well done. And I jumped straight in. I wasn't going to be polite, we're all equal now. I said, I'll answer that one, thanks. And I said, without hesitation, Jaws. And somebody said, what do you mean Jaws? I said, I'd change the ending of Jaws. And they were like, you could change the ending of any film. You could save Leo in Titanic. You know, Schindler's List is about Nazi Germany. You could do that. I said, it's film. We're talking about the end of any film. And they said, well, you could stop Bambi's mum dying. I said, all right, who's the director here? You've asked me a bloody question. What film would I change? To me. I'm the director, not you. Stick your nose out. Schneider cut. So I said, Jaws. I'm not bloody saving Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, and I'm not saving Bambi's mum. I'm changing the end of Jaws. It's not my question if I don't answer it. So anyway, everyone went quiet then. And I went, can I answer the question now? They said, yes. And I said, do you know what? And then somebody said, well, what would you change about the end of Jaws? Then I said, oh, you're all being moody now, aren't you? And they said, no, we really want to know. And I said, right, well, the ending of Jaws I would change because it's probably the film out of any film that pisses me off the most. Why? I said, say it louder. Why? You're still being moody, aren't you? And they said, why? And I said, well, I changed the ending of Jaws because I think it's absolutely preposterous that basically he says smile to a shark and shoots a gas canister in his mouth to blow him up. Sharks don't speak English, and also I just find the gas canister thing ridiculous. So what would you do then? I said, just shoot it. I mean, is he firing an air pistol? Is he firing a water pistol or an air rifle? He's got a big gun. Just shoot the thing in the bloody face. He shoots at it from 10 metres away. He's meant to be a police officer. Has he not been to the local firing range and practiced? It's coming towards you. Your life depends on it. The boat's sinking. Your bloody dick's getting wet. You're that deep. Shoot the bloody thing in the face with a proper gun. I don't need a gas canister. Just shoot it. Just bloody shut it up. And everyone just stared at me. But I do think that would be a good ending, a better ending to Jaws. And then somebody said, but they've got a gun when they first go out to boat and it comes up and jumps at him. Why don't they shoot it then? Well, yeah, we'd all have an extra hour off. But I put it to you. Maybe you disagree. Get in the comments. If you could change the ending to any film, what would it be? Get involved with that. Right, I'm going to cut there because I'm angry about Jaws. No, I've cooked my wedges. They're all good. I'm going to douse them in petrol and set them on fire. They'll be cooked in 2 seconds. Don't do that. I'm actually going to put them in a bowl of olive oil, salt and pepper, and then mix them all up, and they will go into the oven for about 40 minutes when I'm ready with my chicken, which is going to be my next stage and my next story. See you in a minute. Hello everybody, we're back. So we've done our wedges. I've got them all in a bowl here. I've put some olive oil in and some salt and pepper, and they're ready to go into the oven that is on for 40 minutes at 200 degrees. So we're now moving on to the chicken. I've got my chicken breasts. I don't like chicken. I don't trust it. I mean, it's not like it's going to start quacking at me. That would be a duck. It's not going to start. I just don't like the feel and texture of chicken. And I've touched wet, slimy things before, but yeah, I don't like the texture of chicken breasts, to be honest. But you've got to do it. You get your chicken. Oh God, it's disgusting. You put it in the middle of there, and what we're going to do is 2 bits of paper, and we're going to bash it, which I might find quite enjoyable actually. Because basically what I want to do is flatten it out. Flatten it out. Don't worry, it's already dead. Can't feel anything now. Suppose if you're vegetarian, you could use you could just use cornflakes. So that's what we do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to douse it in, I just want to douse something in petrol, arsonist. No, what we're going to do is, now that's nice and flat, as you can see, you end up with something like a steak instead of a breast. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get 3 bowls, which of breadcrumbs. I need more than that. I've got 3 beaten eggs in here, and I've got some flour as well. And basically what you do is you take your breast, you dip it into the flour, both sides to get flour on it. Then you go to the egg, make it sticky, and then you go to the breadcrumbs, and then you put it into your oven for 40 minutes on 200 degrees so it cooks, and then we'll do the white sauce. So I've got my bit of chicken. We're going to go into the flour, both sides. There we go. Oh yeah, this is getting a lot better now. Yeah, you're getting it right now, man. You're getting it good style now. Shamwoni. We're prepping, and I hope you like, look at that, it's like a bit of fish. That's going to go in here. This is disgusting. I hate this bit. Egg. Oh God, chicken and egg. It's like they go together. Vile. Okay. In we go. In we go. Magic. That's good. Now, you know what I was thinking there? It's like the chicken and egg scenario. I'm thinking, how do I get that bit over there onto there? I've solved it. Pick the bowl up over to here, and then onto there. I think these are gonna. I'll tell you what. Between me and you, I think these are going to be jamming. I think Bob Marley would love them. Although I think he was vegetarian. That's actually not a bad bit of meat. That's what she said. Yes! I got it in again. That's what she said. The old ones are the best. That's not what she said. That would be disgusting. Right. It's not too bad. Must admit, while I was banging away at that, I was thinking about something else. We've all done it when we're banging away. And I was thinking whether we'll get any complaints about, oh, I've messed this one up. Fucking nonsense now. That's the worst one of the lot. Saved the worst one till last. I'm just hoping that the breadcrumbs will provide it with a bit of solace. This bit of chicken should be happy. You know, there's a bit of chicken next door that's just going into Kiev for 2 people. This chicken's famous. It will get at least 10,000 views in a chicken Parmo. It's an example to other chickens. You'll go down in history. If it gets 100,000 views, I'll be stunned. But I've got my 3 there. Got there in the end. Rubber dub dub. That can go into the oven, which I'm going to put it in. Bechamel sauce, bechamel sauce. I've got some bechamel sauce. That's what I've got to make next. I tell you what, I feel good. I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. Cut that out. Right, that's going into the oven. So good. So good. I got you. I don't know whether I need to turn that over, but I probably will. So look, I don't know what I told you, but basically, I was banging my chicken with in between 2 bits of baking paper. That's not what it's called, but you'll know what I mean. And yeah, it's very important that you give it a bash to flatten it out because you want it to be quite a flat chicken. And you can't buy it from the shop like that, I don't think, unless it's been run over. But you wouldn't want it then because it might have tread marks on it. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. I'm going to clean up a little bit and put your wedges in as well. That's going in for 40 minutes. And then in between time, we're going to make the white sauce to go on the top, and then we'll grate the cheese on the top. And it's going to be a really nice dinner. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got a cracking story to tell you about show-offs, which ain't about me.
It's all about the structure. It's about the players. When I look at Man United, I think, have they got the players to win the league? And I just don't know. But what it is about, and I'm doing this on my GoPro, so hopefully it's going to work. But what it is all about here today is about the white sauce. So we've got the Parmo chicken, we've got the wedges. They're in the oven over here behind me, and we're going to do the white sauce down here, which you should see somewhere down there. So how are we going to do that? So 25 grams, I'm doing this one-handed. Oh, that's what she said. Enough of that. So I've got 25 grams of butter, which I'm just actually melting. And I'm very good at a white sauce because I love lasagna. So basically, the easiest thing to remember with a white sauce, whatever quantity you're doing, 25 grams of butter, 25 grams of plain flour, 250 millilitres of milk. You get me? 30 grams of butter, 30 grams of flour, 300 millilitres of milk. That's how it works, basically. So, what you want to do is you want to melt your butter. Is that working? Want to melt your butter. Don't want to burn your butter. Melt your butter. And then we're going to add in our flour and mix it. You know what I'm saying? Going to add in my milk. Going to add in my butter. That's starting to burn. Oh shit, I've got my whisk stuck on the jug. Right, okay. In goes the flour. Doing it one-handed is not as easy as I thought. It's like trying to open a bra one-handed. Mission impossible. Anyway, there we go. The return of John. Return of the Mac. Return of John. That's what I was going to talk about. He's only gone and I'm going to get really hot here as well. He's only gone and bought a bloody Ferrari. Oh, let's just forget about all that white sauce stuff. I was getting proper stressed with that, with holding the camera and doing it. Anyway, it will take care of itself and the instructions are there. Basically,
butter, melt it, put your flour in, mix it together till it's a light brown paste, then start putting milk in gradually, stir it until you get a lovely creamy sauce, and then we'll add a bit of cheese in to go on top of our Parmo chicken, which is still in there. But yes, I was talking about show-offs. That don't impress. I told this story once. I was in a club in Dublin. Shania Twain came on. That don't impress me much. And these girls who were obviously on a stag do or something, hen do, we were just stood there at the bar, and they kept sort of dancing over, and when it got to that bit on the song, we would just mind their own business having a drink, and they'd go, "So, you think you're Brad Pitt? That don't impress me much." And every time they turned away, I'd go, "Up yours. I'm not trying to impress you, and I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm my old man." But anyway, I'm walking, I've gone for a walk the other day. I don't take the dog. I find it if I take the dog, she's getting a bit old now, so slows me down, and basically I'm selfish. The walk is for me. I want to get my heart rate going. I don't want to stop at every bloody lamppost every 20 metres while you have a sniff, or slow me down because you're not very fit. You know, you might have had your best days, but I've still got them in front of me and I want to walk fast. So I'm walking past, I look at his drive, and there he is with the Ferrari. It's getting about 7 o'clock, it's dusk, it's starting to get dark, and he's there with his bloody sunshades on the top of his head. It's not even been sunny, it was raining all day. It's because he's got a Ferrari, and a couple of the neighbours out going, "Oh," I couldn't really hear what was on, and I didn't stop. He sort of tried to make contact with me, like he was shouting my name, and I just had headphones on and looked forward. But I was thinking as I walked past, what a show off. Does anybody like a show off? As it says on Instagram, you know, when someone's like, "Oh, look at me, look at my new watch," or "Look at me on holiday having a great time." Is there anybody in the world who actually sits there and goes, "Oh, fair play, I'm really happy for them. I'm really happy for them"? I bet there are people out there like that. Well done. Well done. That's not me. I don't like showing off, and I don't like show offs. And yeah, he's got this Ferrari. So actually I saw him a couple of days later, and he was like, "Oh, he's all full of himself now." I felt like saying, the first thing I wanted to say to him, "You're not going to get your wife back with a Ferrari, John," but it seemed a bit harsh to start off with that. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling good this year. Spring's out. I've got my new car. Have you seen it?" I went, "No." He said, "Oh, I saw you walking past the other day." I said, "I didn't see you. And I'm not nosy, so I didn't look at your drive. I just looked ahead." And he was like, "Well, I've got my car now. I've seen you've been doing this YouTube stuff." I said, "Oh, right, yeah. I don't like it when people talk to me about my YouTube stuff anyway." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, what are you into then? Football?" Well, I would hope it's pretty obvious what I'm into when you click on the content. You've obviously watched it. "Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Today we're talking about Manchester United news." But I didn't say that either. I just couldn't be bothered to waste the time. I was like, yeah. He says, "Yeah, I'm thinking about having a go at that. Lifestyle stuff now I've got my Ferrari." Yeah. I was like, "Oh," and it really annoys me. You've got a bloody Ferrari to show off with, and now you're going to do a YouTube channel. And I said, I was like, "Oh, yeah." He says, "Yeah, it looks like it's quite easy to do. Get yourself half decent camera and just do a bit of lifestyle stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm really late for an appointment, John." And I really wanted him to say, what's your appointment? Because I was going to say, "Slapping you round the face with the fish I'm going to buy from the fishmongers at Tesco, you bloody idiot." The amount of people who just, "Oh, I've seen that YouTube thing. I'm thinking of having a go." Yeah, it's bloody dead easy, you know. One day I just thought I'll just start doing YouTube stuff and make a career out of it. It's so bloody easy. Oh, it gets me so mad. I almost want to say I'm glad his wife's left him, but I saw what it did to him over Christmas, and I'm not that horrible. But yeah, he's full of himself again. He's like when he was walking around his new dog a year ago and doesn't even know the bloody name of it. It's just an accessory. It's a fashion accessory, and he's up himself again now with his bloody barbecues. But crack on with your YouTube channel. I'm not telling it. Only people, you lot would watch it if I told you what it was, but I'm not going to tell you. He'll soon give that up because nobody will be interested in that prat talking about his bloody self-opinionated, up his own arse, egotistical life with his bloody Ferrari on his drive, staying up till 10 o'clock watching what he wants on the telly and making what food he wants. Oh, I'm not jealous, but at the end of the day, I don't like show-offs. It's as simple as that. Anyway, did I tell you about my new... Anyway, I won't tell you about that. So, 40 minutes in the oven, my chicken Parmo and my chips. I've got my white sauce there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the chicken Parmo out after 40 minutes, which will be my breaded chicken that we prepped earlier. Then I'm going to stir a bit of my cheese in. I don't know whether you meant to do this, but I'm going to grate my cheese. I'm going to stir a bit of it into my white sauce. I'm going to put it over the top of my 3 chicken Parmo things, and then I'm going to put it in the grill And then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on the top just till it's bubbling, and then it'll be ready to serve with my chips and my salad. Fandabidosi. Yeah, you know it makes sense. Stand by me, chicken parmo, and some wedges for me. That was rubbish. Don't ever do that again. There you go. That's what it comes out of like afterwards. Chicken parmo covered in the bechamel with the cheese on top. Bit messy, but I think it's going to be very nice. And there's one I prepared earlier. A few wedges, bit of a salad, and my chicken parmo, as you can see, chicken breaded underneath with the bechamel sauce on the top. 3 minutes on the grill. And it's not a massive serving, but I'm on a bit of a diet. But I'm looking forward to tucking into that, and I hope you enjoy it too. Want some cheese? Got my cheese. Classic reference there, if you know. Look, thanks everyone for watching. It's nice to be back in the kitchen cooking. That's what they're for at the end of the day as well. Don't forget that. Eat food helps you survive, ultimately. Please subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. This was the recipe that prompted me back into the kitchen to cook. There are other ones that I want to do, but this one I was just hungry for, literally. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll speak to you all soon.